Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Carlos King, and we are talking Carlos King because he's made it to the Breakfast Club, child. He has made it on to the Breakfast Club, you guys. And Charlemagne was, basically kind of, saying when I Googled you, it said you were a YouTuber, but you're much more than that. And Lauren LaRosa seemed to have, all the intel. But in this particular video, I just want to speak on him actually mentioning Melody's name, y'all. I didn't know. I thought HELL was going to freeze over, you guys. I thought it was going to be a cold day in HELL before he said Mel's name. And I think he has either not been saying her name for so long that he even tripped up himself or he's been, or allegedly if he is saying her name, it's not to the public. It's not on his podcast. It's not on his YouTube. But basically, I wanted to play this clip for you guys. Because Carlos King is taking all the credit for Love and Marriage Huntsville. And he speaks on how the show came to be. And we need to talk about this. And we need to talk about it and give a reaction to it, you guys. So none of the less, we are going to take a listen.
Kingdom Reign Entertainment produces 69% of the programs on Oprah's network.
Love that. And he's talking about some goddamn YouTuber. How do you figure out like what you want to do or what you want to get involved in? Because Love and Marriage Huntsville, original idea.
Yes.
Where does that come from?
I love Black people. I'm somebody who is interested in telling Black stories. I love Black couples.
Did you hear that, y'all? That the Love and Marriage Huntsville was Carlos King's original idea. Did y'all hear that? All right, we're going to continue.
And I felt at the time there wasn't a reality show that focused on Black couples and their relationships. Mm-hmm. When it comes to not the man being behind the woman, like on a Housewives or a female ensemble show. One thing I know about men, straight men, they have an opinion.
I'm a little crooked.
Listen.
That's one of the quarrels.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, a straight Black man, as we see with the million podcasts people have, they have an opinion. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to do a show for the first time where the man and the woman had equal footing and billing on the show. And Love and Marriage Huntsville has been the #1 show on OWN for the past 6 years.
Mm-hmm. How did you go about casting the couples? Are these friends of yours or do you know?
No. So I had a meeting with a then couple named Melody Martell who wanted to do a show about property preservation. And I was like, not sure about that. So I said, find me some people. I want to do a show about couples. They introduced me to the Scotts, and the rest is history.
So I have a few thoughts, you guys. First and foremost, Carlos King not correcting Lauren at all in that this is your original idea, and Carlos King is like, yes. But when he was on good terms with Melody Cherie Rogers, he would go out of his way to give her her flowers and say that this show would not be possible without you. Had you and Martell not brought the show idea to me, we wouldn't be here. Because here's the thing, Carlos King, if you wanted to do a show about couples, you could have been done a show about couples. But it was Melody Cherie's brainchild, you guys. Yes, she wanted property preservation. Yes, she wanted a different type of show. But then I find it interesting you make the comment, oh, and, you know, they introduced us as Scots. Before we get to that, she didn't even say Mel and Martell's last name, you guys. Didn't say Melody Cherie Rogers, didn't refer to them as then the Holtz. So it's almost as if it's like an erasure, you guys. It is almost as if it is an erasure, at least that's what I'm hearing, an erasure. And basically is making it seem like because they introduced you to the Scots, the rest is history, as if the show focused in on the Scots. Make it make sense! Longtime LAMH users, or viewers, excuse me. Longtime LAMH viewers, you guys. When has this show completely centered around the Scots is what I want to know. Well, like an episode here and there, everywhere. The show has been all about Mel and Martell for 9 seasons, you guys. Like, what are we doing? Now, I have not heard the rest of the interview, so I don't know if Carlos King comes back to speaking on Love and Marriage Huntsville. But nonetheless, from what I just heard in this little snippet, and tidbit and everything else, I combined the words. This little tidbit. From what I heard in this, you guys, Carlos King thinks that this is all his idea. This whole show, this whole concept, this whole thing is his idea. And Mel and Martell, he like ran it together so fast, you guys. I was, I was actually shocked he said her name, but it sounds like erasure to me. It sounds like he wants this show, and maybe that was a part of the thing that happened in LA when it was Carlos King and the Scots and that thing with the NAACP that still did not correspond to anything pertaining to the alleged NAACP Image Awards or anything. But nonetheless, having that sit down, having that town hall and everything else is now trying to make it seem as though the show has always been about the Scots. And I am calling BS on that. I am calling BS on that. Because that's not what the show is about. Y'all ate for 9 seasons because of Mel and Martell's drama. Y'all did. Y'all might have had a Scots family-focused episode here and there. But over the course of the 9 seasons, y'all followed Mel and Tel. We found out about the cheating. We found about Mel, and Martell reconciling and her getting pregnant again and everything else, then breaking up again, then going through the divorce, then the divorce battle, then the custody battle. Then it gets to a point where Mel doesn't want to film with Martell anymore, and Martell is still wrecking all this havoc. It was to the point that Mel had even said at a reunion, get something else to talk about instead of me. Get your own storylines. So I find it very interesting that Carlos King is trying to pretend now, and in his own words, rewrite history, that the Holtz had nothing to do with the show. That the Holtz, that it was all about them introducing you to the Scots. And I thought that the Holtz were the main ones that had their own meeting at their home of allegedly 10 couples, right? That it also included the late Kiki and her husband that potentially was supposed to be a part of the original cast. So, nonetheless, how do we just make this seem that it's about the Scots when you have said on your platform, you have said on your podcast that you almost fired Tisha her first season because you said she wasn't giving anything? And it was only when she started to talk crap about Mel that then all of a sudden she was able to keep her job. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, but I mean, it's the tomfoolery for me. It's the erasure for me. The erasure, and that's what's so crazy about Martell still wanting to be a part of the show. I understand he needs the income, but it's like Carlos King played you. He absolutely played you. And it's disrespectful to Mel to just act like, oh, I just happened to just meet with Mel and she introduced me to these people and that's why we were able to make the show pop, when it was Mel and Tel and their family dynamic, their power couple dynamic and everything else that was what got the show greenlit. Like, why are we playing these mental gymnastics of games, you guys? So there is that. That is it. That is all for this video. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments about Carlos King trying to erase Mel and Martell from the show when they have been this show for 9 seasons. Like people think that you know, and I know why Carlos King did that, because he's trying to rebrand the show. He's trying to rebrand the show since Mel has left. But my thing is, if the show is about couples, Mel and Martell have not been a couple in what, 5 years or so? I think it's 5 years. Yet you still wanted to utilize Mel and Martell in their drama. So it's not a show about couples. Because why is Destiny still on the show if it's a show about couples? Why is Martell still on the show if it's a show about couples? Like make it make sense. So that is it. That is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.